Hey everyone, we're here today to look at a new mod for a Monster Bash, a Twilight Zone, and an Attack from Mars pinball machine. And they're made by a company called PinBoss, and their website's www.pinballsmods.com. So basically, this one on the far left is for Monster Bash, and there's two versions of it. There's one with like blood that's dripped on like the keyboard, kind of like speckles of blood. And there's like a standard one with no blood on it. This one in the middle is for Twilight Zone, and it has the two flippers for the bottom and the one with the eye that goes on the top that shoots it into the pop bumpers on that way. And the third one on the far right, that one is for Attack from Mars, and as you can see, there's like little spaceships on the ends of the flippers, and they go on to the left and right, you know, of the flipper. So I believe there's adhesive that's on the back of that sticks on there. And then, you know, they also give you a packet of alcohol, you know, wipes to wipe down your flipper, to take any residue or dirt or anything off there that might conflict with the stickiness of the flipper topper, you know, for it to adhere to the flipper. So you should clean the flipper before applying these toppers to your flipper. And I don't see them being that hard to put on. But let's take a look at them. I'm going to unpack it. I just wanted to show it to you with the packing on it. But let's look at it with the packing taken off and just look at the quality of the flipper topper. Okay, so now we're looking just at the Monster Bash flipper topper. And again, there's like little speckles of blood on it. Some nice detail. The keys, the black keys are raised on the white keys. So there's some dimension to the topper. And basically the presentation is very nice too. It's on a... You know, their name is on there, and then it's adhered with like I guess a glue gun or something like that you could easily pop off the topper and from the label and go to apply it on your machine. So let's take one off. We'll take this one, and I don't want to get the camera too blurry, but if we hold it and we look at it, it's a pretty good quality. It's pretty heavy. Like, it's not heavy, but it's got a nice consistency to the plastic. Like, it won't break or anything like that. And if we look at the back of here, it has some of that 3M like car, you know, the adhesive I've used on other items in my game in the mods. It's supposed to be pretty tight. Like, when you stick this thing on, it's hard to take off. It's come off on me at times in games, but it's less likely to come off than any other kind of adhesive that I use. So, yeah, so the quality looks pretty good on these Monster Bash ones. So let's take a look at the other two that I have real quick and then see how they look. And then in the next set of instructions, or in this video, what we're going to do is go and apply them onto the pinball machine and take a look and see how they look after they're installed. Stay tuned. Okay, so here we are with the other two flipper toppers that I have. Twilight Zone, Attack from Mars, maybe Revenge from Mars too, I guess you could put it on. I'm not sure. I think the flippers are the same. I don't think there are any size difference in those flippers from the Revenge from Mars. And like Safecracker, where that flipper is smaller than the usual. But we'll take a look at the Twilight Zone one. Here, we'll take the eye off. And that's the flipper topper with the little eyeball on it. And again, there's like some 3D depth to it. Has like the stars on this flipper topper. And then if we just take another one off, you know, this is the swirlies that are kind of on the theme of the game. So it looks pretty good. Again, it's all kind of 3D. And again, they're very good quality that I see so far. And let's take one of these Attack from Mars ones. And there's the spaceship. It has little dots in it, you know, around the perimeter of the UFO itself. The green UFO with the yellow stripe that kind of has the theme of the Attack from Mars. So, again, let's go and put these on and see how they look after the installation. They should be pretty easy, I would think, to put on. And we'll take a look and see how much it makes a difference to the game. Stay tuned. Okay, so before you start the installation of your flipper toppers, basically if you look at the instruction card here where you pull your flippers off of, there's an L and there's an R. So it tells you, I guess, which topper goes on what flipper. So I'm going to change mine up because I, like on the Attack from Mars one, I like the laser to kind of go down instead of up. So I believe, like when I pull this off, the laser from the spaceship was pointing more upwards. But if the person who created this, PinBoss, if the company is watching this video, or someone else is watching the video, my installation might be opposite of what the just direction cards instruct to do. So I like mine maybe just a different way. I guess you could put it on that way. It doesn't really hinder anything, but there is a left and a right to these flipper toppers. So just so you're aware, if you're watching a video or somebody's watching the video says, well, it's on the wrong flipper, well, yeah, because I kind of wanted to do it that way. But also too, the instruction cards do indicate what topper goes on what flipper with an L and an R, just to indicate that. They might want to make it, I mean, if it was me designing the card, the only flaw of these toppers I would say is I would kind of put it maybe outside, because in the beginning I didn't even see that. But before I installed it, I did notice that there is a left and a right. So just something to kind of be aware of. Okay, so here we are at my Attack from Mars game. What we're going to do is put the flipper toppers on those two flippers right there. And basically what we're going to do first is wipe them down with the alcohol pad that was provided by the company. So we're just going to wipe these down, get all the dirt and, you know, grime off the top. My flippers are pretty clean, but you never know. While I'm down here, let's do the rubber real quick too. Why waste alcohol when I could clean the rubber on that too? Maybe do the slingshots. So what we're going to do now is take off the adhesive that's on the back of the flipper topper. Wait till these are dry also. But don't try to put them on when there's still alcohol on it, because I'm sure it won't stick. And me drying it with my finger probably doesn't help matters, because I'm putting more, what do you call it, back on it, oils. And basically how it's going to go like that. And then that one's going to go like that. So they look pretty cool. It does help, you know, makes the game look pretty nice. So let's do that. So again, we're going to peel the adhesive off the back. Sometimes this is longer than actually trying to put the mod on. Trying to peel this paper off the back of some of these. Sometimes they don't like to cooperate. Okay, so now I got the paper started to come off finally. Again, sometimes it can be a bear to get off. I'll show you maybe a little trick with the next one that we put on. But again, just line it up with, you know, the tip of the flipper and like the end of the bat. Press down, don't press too hard, don't crack anything, you know, like anything off your, you know, your flipper topper here. But you want it to get good, adhesion to the flipper, because you don't want the thing come flying off when you're, flipping your flippers. So that should be good. So that's one. And I take an X-Acto knife, you know, like this. If I could get it on camera here. So I take the X-Acto knife. I take the sticker kind of, and I kind of stab it. I don't really have a good point on this blade. I should actually get another one. But I kind of stab it a little bit and get it going and kind of just lift it. And then I could kind of get it to come up. And then just kind of get your finger under it and get it. Because sometimes peeling it with your fingernail, it's impossible. This stuff's so sticky, it just doesn't want to lift. So let's do this flipper now. So I'll take this, line it up with the point on the flipper, kind of get it to the back, press down. Again, make sure it adheres really well to your flipper. And the good thing with this is you could always take them off if you have to, or if you have to replace your flippers or whatever. Buy new, you know, sticky tape. You get that from like Pep Boys or AutoZone and stuff like that. It's like in the auto section. It's put on like molding and stuff like that on your car. I think I showed it on one of my videos. It might have been Batman or something like that. I forgot which video I used it on. And that's it. So now they're both on. And yeah, they look pretty cool. They look very nice. They kind of go with the theme of the game. The saucer, you know, it's very detailed. Stuff like that. So I'm sure with gameplay the flipper will feel a little bit heavier, but I used to have the swords on there. I forgot who made that. But you put the swords on it, and that made the flipper really heavy. And the swords wouldn't really adhere. It was semi-medieval madness, actually. But the flipper, you would flip the flipper, and the sword would come flying off. But when it did stick, it was very heavy. It had a heavy consistency to the flipper, and again, it just felt very, very heavy. These feel better since they're like more of a plastic, you know, than a metal. I think metal is too heavy for a flipper, but we'll see. They look great. The quality's great. They're a little pricey. They're probably like, I think they're like $40 a piece, something like that. But you know, when you're in pinball, you buy these crazy mods all the time, and you always say that you're going to save your money, and you don't. So that's kind of the way it goes in pinball. So let's do the other two. We're going to do the Monster Bash, and then we're also going to do the Twilight Zone. Stay tuned. So here's an overall shot of the playfield with the flipper toppers installed on the flippers. And, you know, it looks good. It fits the theme of the game. They look really good. Just hoping when we have gameplay that they don't add more weight to the flipper, which I don't think they will, because when I do it with my hand, they don't really feel any different than with or without the topper. So hopefully it'll look and feel better. It definitely looks better. Hopefully it feels just as good without it being on there as well. You know, it doesn't affect the gameplay. And I hope they don't come flying off when I start using them. So we'll take a shot at that and see how it goes. Okay, so here we are on Monster Bash. We're going to do the same process as we did on the Attack from Mars. We're going to take our alcohol wipe, open it up, and then we're just going to go and wipe the tops off. So let that dry. While it's drying, use the rest of your alcohol maybe to do your rubbers on your slingshots and on your flippers and whatever else might be dirty. So now I'm going to get the flippers, the toppers, and again these are going to lay on like this. So that's what they're going to look like. And I have the one with the blood splatter, but again, there's like a G version where there's no blood on that. If you have kids or whatever in your house, I don't, so I can put that on. But that's what they look like. And now we're going to stick them on. And again, make sure that these are dry. At least you use my sleeve. I don't really care about the sweatshirt. And then I'm going to take the back of this flipper bat topper, stab it kind of with my X-Acto and not stab myself, and kind of just like lift, and it pulled the whole thing off. So that's, if I could get on camera. There you go. So we're going to take this one and lay it. Now I'm on a kind of a bad angle doing this because the camera's kind of in the middle. But make sure you kind of got it centered on your flipper and just kind of press down. Again, don't press too hard. You don't want to break anything. Or I guess you could actually go, yeah, see, this thing sticks pretty good. You could go either way, I guess. You know, maybe. And again, just press down. Don't press too hard, but give it a little pressure just to kind of get it on the flipper so it seats on there a little bit. So, yeah, that looks better on that one. So I'll leave it that way because it kind of matches what's on your apron of the game. So I'll kind of leave it that way. Now we'll take the other topper. Again, same thing. Kind of take your X-Acto, stab it, get under there, and just like lift. And then take this one, lay it on this flipper, get your angle, and press down. I love mods like this. Mods that take like 1 minute to put on. No wiring, you know, no hassle. Just peel off a back, you know, adhesive sticker, you know, tape, stick it down, and you're good to go. As long as they stay on, it's even better. So that's really it. So that's what they look like. They look really good. You know, add a little something to your flippers that are a bit boring, you know, to look at. So so that's it. So let's take a look at the playfield with the flipper toppers on there, just as a whole, you know, as a whole thing, and see how that looks. Okay, so this is what the playfield looks like with the flipper tops on, the flipper flipper tops on top of the flippers there, the covers. So they look really good, and they look really good on the game. And again, they add a little more detail and stuff like that. So let's move on now to the Twilight Zone and take a look at how those look on that game. Okay, so here we are at Twilight Zone, and Twilight Zone has 3 flippers. So if you look to the far right, there's one up on top. Then if you go down here again, there's 2 at the bottom. So what we're going to do is go and put the 2 on the bottom first and see how that goes, then we'll do the top. I already put the alcohol on. I already cleaned the flippers off. We've already kind of went through that. So I think we don't, you know, need to show that again on video. So again, take your backs off, take it, again, watch your fingers, don't stab them. Take it, you got to get under the tape and just kind of lift, and you'll kind of peel it off. So I don't think it really matters which way the swirl kind of goes, or maybe it does, I don't know, but I'm going to do it this way. So line your flipper up. Again, I'm on a weird angle because of the camera where it is, but I think that's good. Looks like I'm kind of on. Again, and then just press down. You know, before you commit, you know, make sure it's the right way before you commit and press down like I did on the Monster Bash. I kind of committed, and then I had to peel it up when I kind of saw it might be on a different angle of how I like it. So I'm going to take the tape off of the second flipper here. I'm going to take this and line it up again. Make sure you got on the right angle and just press down. So that's the 2, and now we're going to do the top one with the eyeball on it. Okay, so now we're going to do the top flipper, and I already took the backing off of it and everything else. So now all I'm going to do is lay it down on there. Again, make sure you got the right angle, peel it, and just stick it down. And again, watch out, don't go too crazy on the 3D part, don't break it or anything or crack anything. And then just press down. I know my arm is probably in the way, but that's it. So that's it with it finished. And again, you know, hopefully it doesn't fall off, but you know, it looks pretty good. Adds a little bit to your flippers, you know, stuff like that. So it does add a little bit of weight to them. I kind of tested my Attack from Mars, and it does give a little weight to it, but I wouldn't say it's anything that's, you know, I would be very, unless you're, you know, really crazy about your games, or, you know, like you're comparing the remakes to the older Williams models, you know, stuff like that, you might see a difference, but it's not that bad. So let's zoom out and let's take a look at the overall playfield with all the flipper toppers on. Okay, so here we are looking at the playfield overall. You got all the flipper toppers on the 3 flippers. There's really 4 flippers in it on Twilight Zone. There's also one at the very top on the left-hand side by the piano, you know, across from the piano, I should say, that there's no flipper topper for that because you don't really see it, the flipper, you know, when you're looking at it. You kind of got to look to the right of the pinball machine to see the flipper come out and get it into the piano. So, but no big deal. So these are the 3 flippers that you really see in the game. So everything's installed and everything looks really good. I put it on the 3 machines, and again, I'll have a link to my blog. And under my, you know, I don't know if everyone realized it, but under my YouTube videos, there's also like notes usually there too as well for you to look at. So there's like maybe the name of the manufacturer, you know, where I put the mod on from and where I got it from, or something else. So look under the video too. There might be notes in there that you might want to read about something. But again, everything's usually in my blog. If you go to my blog and look at this link, everything will be there. Where to order them from, who makes them, usually the price, and you know, stuff like that, and a little write-up about it, description, maybe some pictures. So that's it. So again, thanks for watching all my videos. Really appreciate it. You can see all my stuff at www.PinballSupernova.com. That's my website. And then everything is linked to that. My blog, my YouTube channel, Twitter, Instagram, everything is there. Facebook. So all the links to that on all my pages links you to all those different channels. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for the subscriptions on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Got a lot of subscriptions. It's really great to see that people are watching the videos and hopefully enjoying them. So, till the next video, have a good one. Take care.